Hey, what's up? I got tagged by ambervisions. She tagged me to do a naked vlog. I'm naked. But, I mean, the reason it took so long is because I felt like I needed a good reason. Not really to be naked, because, I mean, you don't really need a good reason to be naked. Being naked is a good reason to be naked. But I felt like I needed a good reason to make a video, and so it took me a while to figure out what kind of video I could make naked that would kind of interweave like the topic with me being naked. Daniel Quinn was talking about in one of his books, I forget which one it was, but he was talking about this group of people that called themselves the people of the deer. They had an understanding that you are what you eat. And I hate to use like a cliche, but I mean that shit is true. You know, you are what you eat. Like what is this? What is this made of? Where does it come from? It's made up of what we eat, what we ingest, and it becomes part of us. So the people of the deer understood that they literally were deer because they ate the flesh of the deer, and the flesh of the deer turned into their flesh. They were deer. They understood that. They understood that the deer's energy was taken from the deer and put into them, and that eventually they knew that they would pay this back, and they knew that they had a responsibility to this population of deer to ensure their survival, because by ensuring their survival, the deer's survival, they were ensuring their own survival, because they need the deer to live. That's what they ate. So they gave back. They knew that they had to pay back to the deer what they took from the deer. So I've been putting a lot of thought into this subject, and one of the biggest things for me is that I feel like more than being independent of this system, I also feel like I want to have a personal relationship with my food. And it took me a while to figure out exactly why I desired like this personal relationship with my food. There's a few reasons. One being that, you know, I know exactly where my food comes from and exactly what it is, so that I'm not putting anything into my body that I don't want in there, you know? So that's one thing. Another thing is so that I can be properly thankful towards the plant or animal that is giving up its life so that I can live. You know, giving up its life so that I can eat and continue to survive. But I felt like there's something deeper there, something much deeper there. I didn't really know what it was until I read Endgame by Derek Jensen. What was kind of cool was he documented a similar journey that he had with the same subject matter. He was trying to piece together, like, more specifically what that relationship consists of. What he finally figured out was that if you have a personal relationship with your food source, if you have a personal relationship with the animal or the plant that gives you life, you enter into an agreement with that animal, that plant. So if I'm a person that goes out and eats caribou, and that's one of my major sources of food is the caribou, then I enter into this agreement with the caribou saying that I'm going to make sure that the caribou survive. And it's in my best interest to make sure that the caribou survive so that I can continue to survive. So it works out for everybody, you know? So I'm going to do what it takes. I'm going to give back what I need to give back to make sure that the caribou are able to survive and thrive. You know, I'm not going to decimate the whole caribou population because then I don't have any more caribou to eat. If I go out and pick berries, I enter into agreement with those berries, with those plants that produce the berries, that I am going to take on that responsibility of making sure that those plants survive, continue to survive and thrive, you know, and it's my best interest to do that because I want to keep eating berries and I want my people to survive. So that was kind of cool, you know. It's it kind of like pieced it together for me why that relationship is so important. For most people, they get their food at the grocery store and they just eat the fucking chicken and they thank like God for their food maybe, but I think rarely do they thank the chicken that gave their life so that they can eat, you know, so that they can continue to survive. I think that happens because they don't have a personal relationship with that chicken. That chicken is just fucking wrapped up and stuck in the grocery store. They go and pick it up and pay money for it, and they've never seen that animal alive. They don't really know where that food came from. I should be saying I go into a grocery store, I buy a pound of ground beef. I never saw that cow. I can say a general thank you to whatever animal gave me this food, if it's just one animal. But I don't really enter into a relationship with that cow. I'm alive because animals and plants gave their lives so that I could be alive. I should have a relationship and a responsibility to those that gave me life. You know, I can't just take that life, take that energy from something and just, you know, not pay it back in any way. I have to have some kind of responsibility to that which gives me life. I mean, that only makes sense. I mean, that's only right. So those are my thoughts on the subject. I'm not going to tag anybody because, like, really, I don't want to see any of y'all motherfuckers naked. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure you guys all look great naked, but I'm not going to put you in that position. Like, if somebody walked in right now, saw me buck-ass naked with a video camera pointing at me, they think something fucking weird was going on, which is kind of the case. Alright. My naked vlog, check. I'm out, alright? One love, respect. Talk to you later. Next time I'll have clothes on. Peace. You are what you eat. People of the deer, people of the caribou. We the people of the Big Mac. What the fuck is that? What are we made of, you know? Like microwavable burritos and Cheez-Its and shit like that, you know? Today I'm actually peanut butter and bread and I'm hot dog, ketchup, and dill relish.